If your ship doesn't come in, swim out to meet it. I couldn't wait for success, so I went ahead without it. Nothing is impossible. Some things are just less likely than others. Well, the most terrible fear that anybody should have is not war, is not a disease, not cancer, or heart problems, or food poisoning. It's a man, or a woman, without a sense of humor. Something I'll always remember: when I was a kid, I shook hands with Orville Wright. 40 years later, I shook hands with Neil Armstrong. The guy that invented the airplane, and the guy that walked on the moon. In a lifetime, that's kinda wild, when you think about it. Throughout my life, I've been gratified that I've been able to keep the child in me alive and inspire others. When you wear so many hats in society, you never know who you are. That's the beauty of it. Because once you find out who you are, you're screwed. I know you can be funny without being filthy. You've got to be an observer. And you've got to take time to listen to people talk, to watch what they do. I've done for the most part pretty much what I intended. I ended up doing comedy, writing and painting. I've had a ball. And as I get older, I just become an older kid. I was always an observer, even as a child. I could be satisfied to sit in a car for 3 hours and just look at the street go by while my mother went shopping. As a kid, I always wanted to be lots of things. I was a Walter Mitty type. I wanted to be in the French Foreign Legion, a detective, a doctor, a test pilot with a scarf, a fisherman who hauled in a tremendous marlin, after a 12-hour fight. I love improvisation. You can't blame it on the writers. You can't blame it on direction. You can't blame it on the camera guy. It's you. You're on. You've got to do it, and you either sink or swim with what you've got. I was talking to a businessman, and I said, "Don't you think most men are little boys?" And he said, "I'm no little boy. I make $75,000 a year." And I said, "Well, the way I look at it, you just have bigger toys." I don't do anything the same every day. Discipline is tough for a guy who is a rebel. I don't do jokes. The characters are my jokes. I've always been proud of being a Marine. I won't hesitate to defend the Corps. I have never pretended to be any kind of super religious kind of man, but I feel very strongly that you can be funny without being dirty. Now the freaks are on television, the freaks are in the movies. And it's no longer the sideshow, it's the whole show. The colorful circus and the clowns and the elephants, for all intents and purposes, are gone, and we're dealing only with the freaks. My paintings and comedy have a lot in common. They are both improvisations based on observation.